So as you may or may not know, I've spent the past month or so really kind of finessing this space. I've added a couple more camera angles to the setup, and I've upgraded my capture card so I can now take 4 4K inputs at the same time, recording directly to my computer. The problem with this though is it kind of feels a little bit limiting now. I've spent all this time and effort making this space as productive as possible, and I feel a bit penned in. So in today's video, I decided to go old school. I'm filming on a camera that I can move around and has an SD card in it. Kind of what cameras were meant to be used for. I kind of have to remind myself that I do have the freedom to do whatever I want. So even though I've set up this incredible space with incredible technology, if I want to just grab a camera and make a video like this, I'm allowed to. It's my channel. I can do what I want. So what am I gonna do? Well, I thought I'd run down some of my favorite products of 2021. These are products that I've bought with my own money and I absolutely love or think I will love in the future. That's to do with one product in particular. Hey, we might as well start with that one product. It's the iPad Pro M1 13-inch. And honestly, it's a stunning device. I mean, the screen is beautiful and it should be a content creator's dream, but I've had a few problems with it here and there, with the SSD that I bought for it not working, with me not being able to transfer the footage over that I wanted to easily, and I found that for content creation, it just gets in my way a little bit more than actually helps me. Now this is probably because I have a main computer sat here, which is a PC. If I was running Mac OS, like I used to, then I think the iPad would integrate much better into my workflow. But as it stands, it just makes for a really nice toy. And I know that sounds silly, but I spend so much of my life around kit and products and technology that it's really nice to just have a device that I can go to and play on and relax. And the Apple Pencil is probably my favorite relaxation tool that I own. Just being able to sit there scribbling around on my iPad, drawing, coloring in, it just makes the iPad worth it for me. Hopefully in the near future, it will start to become a real integral part of my workflow. But at the moment, I just don't see how we're gonna get there. I did have plans for going back to Mac at some point in the near future, but a few compatibility issues might ruin that plan. At the moment, I'm just really happy that I've got it. I love playing around with it, and that's probably why it's not been made into a YouTube video yet. At some point, I really want to put it through its paces and find out how good it actually is for video editing. I think it's gonna be amazing, but I just haven't got there yet. Can you tell I'm having really good fun? I should make this kind of video more often. Let me know in the comment section below if you like this kind of thing. So let's move on to product number 2. And product number 2, I actually bought 2 of. Yeah. So this could be product number 2 and number 3, but for now we're just gonna call it product number 2. So this is one of my 2 Sony A6400s. They count because I bought them in January last year. At least part of every video that you've seen on this channel this year has been captured by this A6400. And I think it's amazing. The face tracking is second to none. It's the best face tracking system I've ever used. The little flippy up screen is perfect for a permanent YouTube setup. It doesn't overheat, it shoots 4K, and it'll output that 4K to my PC whilst keeping that face tracking. Just before I bought these cameras, I didn't know whether I was just being silly. I already had 2 Sony A6300s and an A6500 and a Fujifilm X-T3 and a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. So buying 2 more cameras for a dedicated YouTube setup might have just been a bit overkill. But as it happens, I couldn't have been happier with the purchase of those 2 cameras. Not having to get the cameras out of my flight case and put them on a tripod, plug microphones into them, charge the batteries, all of that stuff is a thing of the past with my 2 Sony A6400s. So the third item on my list, and spoiler alert, it's another camera. It's actually the camera that I'm using to film this right now, and it's the Sony A7C. And I love it because it's got a flippy outy screen, which just works beautifully for things like this. I can check my exposure, I can check my framing, I know everything is roughly all right. Having the audio levels on the screen as well, perfect. I can make sure it's not peaking. There's no record limit, so I can record for as long as I want, and I can just keep going forever and ever and ever and ever. Still going. And my favorite feature by far, and it's a really odd one, but it's the design. I think it looks great with its gunmetal grayness and the big grip to hold on to. I just think it's a great looking camera. So this is the Insta360 One R, and I imagine you can already tell why I like it. It's just really good fun. And I'm not gonna move around too much with this one because I'm actually using this microphone just here for the audio, because the internal microphone sounds like this. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but I'd much rather use this audio than this audio. But it feels as though I'm experimenting with the future of video, and that's kind of what this channel is all about, playing with the latest and greatest technology. And this camera will help me to produce some really cool content in the future. It definitely deserves a spot on the list. And that leads me very nicely onto my last item on the list, my LG BX 55-inch OLED 4K TV. It's a thing of beauty. When I broke my Electric 49-inch super ultra-wide monitor at the beginning of this year... Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Oh. Everyone thought I was mad for wanting to use a 55-inch TV instead, but I'm happy to report that I still love it. The color accuracy is out of this world. The picture is out of this world. If anything, it's probably a bit too good, because when I look at 1080 footage on it that I've shot, it looks awful. I'm gonna have to upgrade to 4K on everything. So there we have it, that's my 5 best buys of 2021. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comment section below, like the video and subscribe to the channel. And if you did like this style of video, then I will make many more like it, because I've really enjoyed myself. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye.